CBS Young and the Restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel. Today is a beautiful, bright day, and we are absolutely thrilled to have you here with us to discuss the latest mind-blowing drama exploding in Genoa City. If you are as obsessed with the Abbott family chaos as we are, you are in the exact right place. Grab your favorite drink, get cozy, and let's jump straight into the madness, because we have so much to unpack today. I cannot believe what I just watched. Seriously, I am sitting here typing this up late at night because my brain is just spinning completely out of control, and I need to get this out of my system and vent to people who actually get it. Are you guys seeing this? Diane Jenkins Abbott has officially lost whatever tiny shred of sanity she had left, and I am both completely horrified and absolutely living for the drama. But mostly, I am just so furious with how this whole Jack, Diane, and Patty situation is spiraling into the most insane corporate and family bloodbath we have seen in years. I know some people are loving this unhinged Diane era. But personally, I am just screaming at my screen because let's just break this down for a second and look at the actual facts. Diane is holding on to this massive, all-consuming, fiery grudge against Jack because of his betrayal with Patty Williams. And yes, getting caught on a boat in a compromising position with Patty, of all people, is a huge deal. It is gross, it is weird, and it is a massive betrayal. But can we talk about the reality here? Jack and Patty are not a thing. They are not secretly in love. They are not planning a future together. And honestly, they are practically enemies right now. They don't even talk. Patty is an agent of pure chaos. She is unhinged. She is clashing with everyone from Phyllis to Jack. And she is just a walking disaster zone who poisons people and causes havoc. So why on earth is Diane acting like Jack is about to run off into the sunset with her? It makes 0 sense. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. Diane is actually having these moments of deep self-doubt, which is kind of shocking for her character, if we're being honest. We see her actually questioning herself, wondering, am I being deceived? Is it actually unfair to blame Jack for all of this? Is there a bigger game being played here? And for a split second, I was like, wow, maybe Diane is actually going to show some emotional growth. Maybe she realizes that Jack was manipulated. Maybe she sees that Victor Newman is pulling strings in the background to destroy their marriage because Victor lives for Abbott misery. But no, instead of actually communicating with her husband like a normal, rational adult, Diane decides she needs to stay calm so she can enact the most unhinged, diabolical revenge plot of the century. And what exactly is that brilliant plot? Oh, just firing Jack from Jabot and taking over the entire company herself. I'm sorry. But what? Am I the only one who thinks this is the most ridiculous, arrogant leap in logic ever conceived on this show? Your husband makes a massive mistake, so your solution is to steal his family's legacy. I know Diane has always been a ruthless schemer. I've been watching since 2015, and I have seen her do some incredibly shady stuff, but trying to usurp Jabot Cosmetics from the bloodline Abbotts, that is a level of delusion I didn't even know she possessed. She really thinks she can just waltz into the CEO chair, fire the man whose father built the empire from the ground up, and run the place like she owns it? It is laughable. It is absolutely, positively laughable. And she is out of her mind if she thinks the rest of the family is just going to sit back and let it happen. But here is where things get truly iconic, and I am not going to lie. I was cheering at my television so loud I probably woke up my neighbors. You do not mess with the Abbott legacy without answering to the Abbott women. Enter Ashley and Traci. Yes, Traci Abbott. When I tell you I gasped, I mean I literally gasped out loud and had to rewind my screen. Ashley fighting with Diane is nothing new. Ashley has hated Diane since the dawn of time. Remember when they tried this whole Diane as a changed woman storyline a while back? Yeah, didn't work then either. And Ashley was the first one to call her out on her fake saint routine. But Traci, sweet, angelic, peacemaker Traci, the woman who literally bakes cookies, writes romance novels, and tries to see the good in absolutely everyone, Traci is ready to throw hands. And they actually did. A full-blown, heavy-duty, physical altercation. I am talking about Ashley and Traci getting into a massive, violent conflict with Diane right there in the middle of all this corporate and family tension. I can't even process the visual of Traci Abbott losing her absolute mind and physically fighting Diane. It gives me major flashbacks to the classic soap opera brawls, like the legendary Catherine Chancellor and Jill Abbott fights, or Phyllis and Sharon rolling around in the mud. But seeing the Abbott sisters team up to physically take down their sister-in-law to protect their family's company. Cinema, pure soap opera cinema. I was yelling, "Get her, Traci, drag her, Ashley," because the sheer audacity of Diane to think she could just push Jack out and take the reins is infuriating. Ashley's blood must have been boiling at 1,000,000 degrees. Jabot is their father's legacy. It is the heart and soul of the Abbott family. It is everything John Abbott worked for. And Diane, who faked her own death, abandoned her son Kyle for years, and caused nothing but grief and trauma for this family for decades, thinks she is entitled to it. The entitlement is just staggering. I kind of love how messy it is because it makes for great TV, but I also want to see Diane get completely and utterly destroyed in the boardroom and thrown out onto the street. So now we are left with the ultimate $1,000,000 question that is stressing me out so much I can't even sleep. Who is Jack going to side with? I swear, if Jack Abbott takes Diane's side in this, I'm going to throw my remote through the TV screen and boycott the show. I mean, think about it rationally. On one side, you have his sisters, his flesh and blood, the women who have stood by him through his brutal addiction struggles, through his terrible business decisions, through his endless string of disastrous relationships. And on the other side, you have Diane, the woman who is actively trying to fire him, steal his company, and just physically brawled with his siblings. Jack has this fatal flaw where he just cannot see clearly when it comes to Diane. He is so desperate to hold on to this illusion of a perfect reunited family with her and Kyle. He wants so badly to prove that his choice to forgive her was the right one. But how can he possibly defend her after she physically fights with his sisters and tries to stage a corporate coup? If he defends Diane, he is essentially betraying his father's memory, his sisters, and his own dignity. But knowing Jack, he's going to stand there with that deeply pained, confused look on his face, trying to play peacemaker while his entire world burns down around him. He is going to try to find a middle ground where there absolutely is none. I know some people are totally Team Diane and think Jack deserves to lose everything after getting caught with Patty and then Nikki. And yeah, Jack is definitely no saint. He has messed up so many times I've lost count. He brings so much of this misery upon himself. But taking Jabot, that crosses a line that you just don't cross in Genoa City. Jabot isn't just a company. It is the Abbott family identity. It is their birthright. And I am so here for Ashley and Traci reminding Diane exactly who she is dealing with. The Abbott women are fiercely protective. They are brilliant. and they are not going down without a brutal, scorched earth fight. I am dreading what comes next, but I am also counting down the seconds until the next episode. Will Victor swoop in and use this Abbott civil war to his advantage? You know he will. The timeline already shows Victor is offering to help Diane get revenge on Jack. If Diane teams up with Victor Newman to take down Jabot, she is officially the biggest villain on the show again. She will have crossed the point of no return. And honestly, I kind of want to see it happen, just for the sheer chaos of it all. Imagine the look on Jack's face when he realizes his wife teamed up with his mortal enemy to steal his family's company. It would be devastating, but it would be the ultimate soapy payoff. Am I the only one who thinks Jack is going to mess this up? He always chooses the wrong side when the pressure is on. He is going to look at Diane crying fake tears, claiming Ashley and Traci attacked her unprovoked, and he is going to fall for it hook, line, and sinker. I can already see it happening, and I am already mad about it. Traci deserves better. Ashley deserves better. Jabot deserves better. We need Jack to finally grow a spine, stand up to this manipulation, and protect his family's legacy before Diane burns it all to the ground. But what do you guys think? Am I totally off base here? Or is Jack about to make the biggest mistake of his life? Let me know in the comments, because I am losing my mind over this storyline, and I need to know I am not alone in this frustration.